Welcome back. The case against 3 police officers accused of killing Nathaniel Julies has been postponed again. The 3 appeared briefly in the Palm Ridge Magistrate's court today for a pre-trial hearing, but one of the accused's legal representatives failed to arrive. The matter now postponed to the 3rd of June.
You have heard the submissions made by counsel for the state, as well as your counsel accused number 1 and your attorney for accused number 2 and 3. By agreement between the parties, your matter then is postponed back to the High Court of South Africa, Gauteng Division, Johannesburg, sitting here at the Magistrates Court, Palm Ridge, DC 13, to Friday, the 3rd day of June 2022 at 09:30 or soon thereafter, as the matter shall be heard for the finalization of the pre-trial conference. Accused number 1, 2 and 3, all of you are on bail. Your bail is extended according to the same conditions as previously.
Our reporter Linda Mnisi, as you know, have been monitoring this case since the beginning of the hard lockdown, which is when Nathaniel Julies was killed. We understand the claim is by these police officers. Linda, good afternoon to you. Another delay, another case that you've been covering around justice, and another delay because a lawyer didn't arrive.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen. I mean, you'd think that because there is this whole issue with now a new judge and having to restart the trial, today it would actually get underway. But, of course, things did not work out. The pre-trial proceedings could not continue because one of the legal representatives was not in court. So that part of it has been postponed to the 3rd of June. But, of course, there's still questions around why exactly did it have to start all over again, given the fact that they had already had 24 witnesses take to the stand. The state was only left with about 4 witnesses to close its case and then hand over to the defense. But the NPA says it is procedure that they would have to start all over again. In fact, they say that it would benefit the Julies family. I want us to take a listen to what the NPA's Pindim Jonondwane had to say about, this particular issue around why exactly they had to get a new judge, or rather restart the trial.
It's also a necessary procedure because remember that the conclusion that this court is expected to make will include, amongst others, findings in terms of the credibility of the witnesses before court. So starting the trial afresh then places the new judge in an advantageous position to get to see and hear the witnesses at first hand, so that then he is able to make findings in terms of their demeanor in court, how they were conducting themselves, the gestures that they were making when possibly faced with a difficult question. So the determination or a finding of credibility is not an easy one, and the record alone would not be sufficient.
So that's the NPA's Pindim Jonondwane there, Stephen, talking to us about, the credibility and how having a record. You'll remember court cases, usually they would record everything, the proceedings, instead of obviously having a judge listen to that and continuing with the trial. They're saying there are more nuanced things that have to happen inside court. But of course, this has taken a toll on the Julies family. You think about when this particular killing happened. It was exactly in August 2020. We've already heard so much about what happened at the time. And, the NPA also saying that they might, if needs be, use the evidence from those witnesses in this new trial. But all the Julies family wants really is justice. Let's take a listen to what Nathaniel's mother had to say.
I want closure, I want justice, and that's what I want because, Nathaniel deserves it. He deserves to have justice in his life because, we as a family, we also need a closure, we need justice. And I think this year, it will be a different year. We'll have justice.
Linda Mnisi, another long way.